We're going to talk about ALBRECHT DÜRER. ALBRECHT DÜRER, ALBRECHT, DÜRER, 1471 to 1528. He is a German, he was a German graver and artist. And his prints are widespread across the whole of Europe and they are collected avidly. And this video is to show you the problems if you're not familiar with the market. I bought some prints. This print was one of the prints in the collection. And you can tell from the size and the manner and the density and the subject that it is going to be Dürer or one of his contemporaries. The Dürer prints are often laced in religion and spirituality and myth, legend, superstition, and they are on the whole unpleasant looking prints to me. They are spooky and they are full of coding which is archaic, and they're not necessarily threatening or evil pictures, but they are certainly dark and certainly not the sort of thing I want to look at myself. But they are of the time and they are good quality and were important things in their day. They would have meant an awful lot to the people buying them. The reason I picked this one out is because it is the same, I say the same, it is the same as this one, which was sold at Christie's for £68,750 for one print on the 9th of December 2021 plus premium, so that would have been £100,000. Problem is, this isn't the same print. It looks the same, but it's not the same. Dürer made his first run when he was alive. This was titled Dream of the Doctor. And the engraving was made circa, this is the copy, but the original, first state, first edition, first run, first copy, first version, was made circa 1498 without a watermark. Since then, there have been reissues time and time again by him and by other people. Some authorised, some not. Some of them are scaled ups, but most of the authentic looking ones are the same size to the millimetre. And some of the later ones may or may not have had watermarks, and they're often sold as ALBRECHT Dürer after 1498, meaning copies of 1498. But if you look at the marketplace, it's very unclear. You'll see a description, ALBRECHT Dürer 1498, and then in the small print it will say after the original, meaning a copy, later copy. The later copies are themselves ancient, so there's a lot of prints from the 16th century which are also worth a fortune, but not as much as the £100,000 print. So I was unlucky that wasn't the first edition. But I looked it up, and because this print is, this is the Christie's website I'm showing, because the print I have is a reverse, it means that it's been copied somehow. They did also make copies which were not reversed. In fact, most of the copies you see are copies which are made the right way round, meaning the engraver who copied them had to make an engraving in reverse on the plate, so the copy would be the right way round. This one is printed the wrong way round, so the plate was copied the same as the thing that they were copying. Now, this particular one isn't an engraving, it is an etching, and in Germany there is one in the Deutsche Digitalbibliothek, and it's titled Temptation of the Idler, the Doctor's Dream, and it explains that this is an etching. So what's happened is the etchers, who were Samuel Czetter and Joseph Heller, copied it like for like on the etching plate, and it was then printed and turned out the wrong way round. Right, confusing. It seems to me that because this is the wrong way round, meaning the etching plate was the right way round, it seems to me that they have somehow printed it somehow on onto the etching plate or use tracing paper or some device or some technique, I don't know what it is. They have etched, which is basically drawn through a barrier, drawn through wax or resin. They've drawn this copy of the engraving, and this is quite important print because it's the first etching version of these engravings. That's what I've read. The print I have has lost the dedication, which reads Czetter 1786. It's possible it was a second run of the etching as well, so it's even more confusing. And the museum thinks it's possible it could be as late as 1849. I don't think it is, because it's on a very nice piece of laid paper, handmade paper, and it has quite an authentic feel about it. So it just shows you that these prints come in waves. The other thing to mention, this has no monogram. Nearly all of the other versions have an AD, a big monogram, and the people making this print decided to dispense with the Dürer name, and they wanted to advance their own name. So these come in waves. It's like a printed book, limited edition. You have first edition, second edition, copies, facsimiles, modern ones, medium modern, quite old ones, and very old ones, and originals. And it just shows you how difficult it is. Okay, I think we've done that one to death. We'll do the next one. I'll do the ones that are very interesting. This is a nice print that came in this week. This is ordinary. It is just an engraving by a Venetian called Giovanni Battista Piazzetta. Young man embracing a girl. Nothing really to say about that other than it's a Venetian print, quite old, quite famous. Again, there are later versions of this image by another person. Okay, we'll do one more. This one here is a nice print. Now, why is it a nice print? It's a nice print because I can't find any on the internet at all, meaning none have been auctioned, none have been put in shops, none are in museums. It does have the name Berghem, which is a well-known printer, engraver, and there is, by chance, the internet did find a painting by this artist, which is the source painting for this print. So in 1656, Berchem, Nicholas Peters Berchem, made a sketch. The sketch is in the British Museum, and it is an exact source for the engraving we've got. The engraving, as I say, I can't find one anywhere, so I can say that is a rare print. That's a factual comment. It is a rare print. It was made by Berchem, and it was originated, the source painting was by Berchem. It's quite big. It's on a nice collector's card. The condition is good, and I think, again, it's not as valuable as the Dürer thing I've got, but it is, because we can identify what it is quite an important print. Okay, well, we've had a chat. Hopefully that's not been boring. It just shows you how difficult it is, how time consuming it is to sort these prints out, but that is the nature of the collecting of these things. It's really very interesting, and part of the charm of collecting and buying and selling old engravings. Thank you.